Hello, my name is Hayden, and this is my nursing home evaluation presentation for systems in long-term care. The facility that I chose to do was the Greenhouse Homes at Mirasol in Loveland, Colorado. This is a Medicare and Medicaid certified facility with a CMS 5-star rating. They have 60 certified beds. They are also a nonprofit corporation. They use volunteers, and they've had 0 penalties in the last 3 years. Some of the things that I like was the greenhouse model in general. This is something that was new to me until this past week in this course and doing more research on this facility. They have 6 homes with 10 residents that share one home. They have private rooms and baths, and just the greenhouse model really helps create a real home environment for the residents. I also liked how transparent everything was. All the audits and all the reports were found on Medicare.gov website, which I thought was really neat. The staffing and all the history of the staff were also found on the website, and so you can look back and see who was the administrator during what time. They have many different amenities, outdoor areas, covered patios, courtyards, and barbecue areas. They also have a lot of individual and personalized options that residents can choose to do on a day-to-day basis or just create a special space for themselves. CMS also rated them as a very high-quality care facility. They have 24-hour nursing and clinical services available. Some of the things that I didn't like were the small beds, and this is just a personal preference. I'm not sure if that is specific to the facility and they have to do it that way for some reason, but I also know an amenity that they include is electric beds, so that could be a part of that as well. I just hope that sleep is being prioritized in the facility. It was also very difficult to communicate with the administrator, which was very frustrating, since I think that is something that should be very accessible and very easy to do with any long-term care facility. They lacked specialized care. There was no specific dementia care, memory care available. The activities that they included, they had a list of activities that they offered on their website. However, when looking at the calendar for scheduled activities, there was just absolutely nothing on the calendar. Nothing was scheduled. Which also leads into just the website in general. It was difficult to navigate at times and just out of date. Some of the improvements, first thing that comes to mind is communication. Doing research on a couple of other facilities that weren't Medicare or Medicaid certified and weren't nursing homes, they had very intuitive websites that allowed for live chats that I could just go on and ask a couple of broad questions and they would be answered almost immediately by somebody. I thought that they could just have a dedicated staff for earlier and later hours just to be able to take phone calls from concerned family members or people like me. Or just trained personnel on answering questions about the facility. Whenever I called, they seemed very adamant about getting me to one specific person, which in reality, I just wanted to talk to anybody that knew that could help me answer some questions. They could offer more specialized care in memory and dementia services, and then also just update their website and just keep up to date on the activity calendar. And their last news entry was from March 2019, so it just kind of gives me the perception that this is just kind of fallen off to the wayside, which I would hope it hasn't. The Eden alternative principles. I thought that being a greenhouse model, they displayed quite a few principles already just as a an elder-centered community where life revolves around contact with people, plants, and animals. With having the greenhouse model that it creates an environment that focuses around being with each other and engaging with each other. They had one big dining table in the center of their house, so it was just kind of nice to be able to see a meeting place for the residents to be able to get out and engage with the other people they live with. Some of the principles that I thought they could implement or innovate a little more on was creating more opportunity and ensuring that daily life has a variety. I thought that implementing a community or a house garden would be a very good way of doing this and sticking to the Eden alternative principles. I also thought that something that stood out to me within the text was just making sure that staff is focusing on the care rather than the treatment of residents. I think that really plays into kind of our biblical perspective as well, and just making sure that we are placing other people before ourselves in whatever situation we are in or whatever situation they are in. Just putting, as Philippians 2:4 says, putting the interests of others before your own interests. And then also, as Ephesians 4:32 says, just ensuring that we are displaying Christ-like behavior in everything that we do, forgiving each other and just being kind and compassionate to those who we are caring for. And that is it for my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.